Hi everyone, welcome to Techie Tip Tuesday. Today, alas, I am going to share with you how to blend images. So many of you have already been playing around with this, and that's totally great. I just personally love to offer having a couple of weeks of getting some really strong images and some foundations covered, so then you have really an intentional portrait to work with as you move forward in the course. So I'm going to use an app called Image Blender. Snapseed also has a double exposure feature in their app. I find that there are even more features in this app called Image Blender, so that's what I'm going to use today. So I'm going to open it up and I'll start from the beginning. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to grab an image and I'm going to show you how I created the image that I shared for this week's prompt, which I'm adding on to one of the portraits that I did for our space theme last week. So again, I was super excited to get this great silhouette, knowing that I not only loved this version, but that I could make a really great blend with it this week. So that was why I was kind of holding out. Okay, so to add another image, click the other square, and I'm going to pick one from my library. And also, so this image that I blended right in, this is right across the street from my house. This is my most favorite landscape anywhere in the world. Well, maybe not, but you know, I love it. But the other night there was the most gorgeous sunset. I think the most brilliant sunset I have ever witnessed. The sky was just red. The camera, the shot was not translating this at all. So I started to think, wow, I'm going to use this in a really unique way to really capture what that moment was for me and witnessing that sunset and really just blending myself and what I was feeling at that moment into this portrait. So that's just a little backstory. So you see, it's very intuitive. The app just takes those two images and layers them on top. And then up pops this blend mode. And what's showing now is a normal. And as you move through the screen, you'll see different variations that appear. Oh, I didn't see that one. And then if you click on the squares up in the middle top, you can adjust the opacity. And so this app is just so fun to play with. And here's the one that I ended up choosing for the end. So this is what I love about the image blender, is sometimes it gives options that whatever's in the blank negative space is what's layered in and the rest remains clear. I'm a super fan of that sort of look. And then some of the other options do it backwards. And so as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different varying looks that you can get just from that very simple feature. And again, by scrolling left or right on the middle scroll bar in between does the opacity. And then there are also ways to mask things and get things out of the image. I'm not sure what's going to happen when I do this, but I'm just going to hit on one of those marks and save it and see what happens. So if you're trying to get some of the background out and remove it manually, that there are ways to definitely play with that and achieve that. I'm not going to spend a lot of time getting into that, but I just wanted to show you. And one other feature is that sometimes it works better when one of them is the pictures. Sometimes you don't know which order is going to make the best blend, so you can switch that order and just achieve different looks. And sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, which you will notice as you go through. Oh yeah, I ended up doing something like that too. All right, well, that gives you just a basic entry point to start beginning to play with this app called Image Blender. And I will further say that I did another version of this photo. And so see this middle part? I ended up taking this into Snapseed and cropping it. And then I had a whole nother image in and of itself, which is great for our 2 week because sometimes it's just so fun to have two options, and then you get to really make a conscious decision which one suits your mood, mantra, or message the best. All right, to save it, hit that square with the arrow in the upper right and save to camera roll. All right, have a blast.